What is up, everybody? This is the MPK of Mr. Pretty Kitty. For those that don't know who I am, got a major update for you for Them's Fighting Hers here.
All right, so there's so much in this stuff. Okay, so starting off, cross counter is now totally impossible to combo after. I've heard that there were a lot of issues with characters like Palm and Oleander doing cross counter, just blocking thing, and then having Fred or Puppies or whatever Palm has out at the time to combo after the successful cross counter. So that is now completely gone. Let's see. Cross counter now also breaks armor, so things like magic headbutt that now gets broken by cross counter. You can't just completely truck through cross counter. Cross counter is absolutely more viable. All right, one of my favorite things to this update is the change to Jodoke staggers when high Jodoke is high. So currently, if you use any attack or special that causes a stagger, like say PAP 6A or Arizona's 5D or Palm's Bork, that generally causes a very long stagger, and then the characters can do things afterwards. Now, when the Jodoke bar is filled up, the stagger is incredibly shortened, and they are able to it basically counts as a soft knockdown, so they can tech afterwards. If the Jodoke bar is not filled, it is a regular stagger. That is most likely my favorite change in this entire patch. Completely stops most autopilot set play, so characters like Pap, who basically kind of almost relied on very high damage into the stagger kissy face set play, that is no longer a major factor to her gameplay, so she has to do some different things now. It also pretty much nerfs Arizona's set play piece here. So she has to do a little bit less damage to get that that pretty devastating set play she used to have before. She still has access to the hard knockdown set play, but the high damage into you still get resources plus a reset situation is completely gone for most characters. A lot of bug fixes on the back end and front end for some characters, like being able to cancel block stun into super jump and different things, that's completely gone. Fixes to Pap's magic meter, eating apples and stuff now does the correct amount of health. Bunch of back end fixes, buffs to inputs after doing a air special, air normal. It's a lot easier to do specials when you buffering it during the air normal. Let's see, Arizona changes, let's get into that. Alright, so the damage duration for ropes has been reduced slightly, so I believe she gets a little bit less damage. It's either more or less damage, I have to double check that, but the damage for ropes was changed a little bit. 6B, the overhead elbow, actually high profile, some normals now. Let's see if I can get a... Completely high profiles most 2As now. I believe high profiles Velvet's 2A now as well. Some fixes for her super. Her super actually has 1 frame after the super flash where you are able to block afterwards. And before, if you were not blocking during the super flash, you basically got hit. Now you can block after the super flash occurs. Let's see. Her super now goes through pets and projectiles without hit stop. So before you do super, and if there is anything in front of the opponent on screen, the super would completely stop, and then once the hit stop is finished, it would continue on its path till the recovery phase of the super. Now that is completely gone, she just trucks through everything. Completely missed. Try it again. One more time. Yeah, it's completely just going through it anyway. All right, let's see. Going to Velvet now. Not many changes for Velvet. She basically got an animation fix, that's about it. She has some new animations, so let's go ahead and go through that. All right, she got a new animation for her sliding animation. Let me get it going. There it is. Delightful slide. Very nice, very nice. I like it. She no longer gets the ice graphic when doing like 5C in the throw and things like that. So that's completely gone. She also has an new animation that's completely fleshed out. It no longer has the cardboard ice sprite.
Let's go ahead and move on to, oh goodness, the Oleander changes.
Hey, it's Oleander stage, nice. All right, so big changes on Oleander's end. Fred is no longer controllable while attacking. Most puppets in Mama Dog, Papa Dog, and puppies, as well as Fred, no longer are usable while attacking. Also, another big change. Let's call out Fred. And let's get the, there we go. Let's go ahead and just hit that button. All right, so usually Fred was pretty much a giant truck. If Oleander did practically anything and an attack was on screen with Fred, it would just cleave through whatever, even if Oleander got hit. So now, let me get the recording going. Fred no longer continues his attack after Oleander gets hit, so that's going to be a lovely change that a lot of people are going to enjoy here. Let's see. Another big change is teleports A and teleport B now cost 1 magic, and she has a new taunt. I completely forgot about that. That taunt is amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and show you the changes to the teleport. So right now I'm doing the teleport motion, no magic, no teleports are coming out. Teleport C is still the same thing. There we go. Teleport A and teleport B are no longer free. Let's go to the magic. 2 magic. You see now it costs 1 magic. Air teleports are still the same, still cost 1 magic, so that hasn't changed at all. Let's see. All right, well, last thing for Oleander, last big change really. 2 more big changes actually. The Medusa head, the smite actually does less damage. It is no longer just just destroying your entire life. Does about 529. It still do big damage, but it's not as big as before. Get rid of all of this. And that's completely gone. All right, so last really big change for Oleander is that she no longer gains meter while Fred is out with attacks. So they're completely, it is set to normal. The meter bar is set to normal gain. Right there, it's completely normal. I am not gaining any meter with attacks. Magic stealing attacks like Magic Spark still takes steals meter. Fred attacks still meter, but normal attacks no longer do gain meter. Also, she actually got her meter bar maximum amount needed for gaining 1 bar increase. So it actually is a lot more difficult to get that 2 bars to get Fred. A lot more difficult. She still has some decent damage combos like what I just did there, but she can no longer just completely turn on the machine for Fred.
Had enough yet?
All right, moving on to Paprika changes. Actually, Paprika changes is a big favorite of mine. So first change is that her block super now should reliably end up on the opposing side. But the big changes that I really like is her taunt. That's the stuff. Second biggest change for Paprika is that her 5B and 2B are actually a lot better. 5B's startup has actually been reduced, and it is actually safer on block. So watch this. 8 frame startup, and on block -3. Look, that is -3. This button right here, that's -3. It's a poke now. It's a legitimate poke. Look at that. Look at that safe pressure. That is fantastic for Paprika. She can play the neutral game a lot better now. She actually has a tool to get in, poke, get out if need be. 2B is also safer on block. It's -4, so she can actually use 2B and 5B as safe pressure and safe string. She's no longer dedicated to using cartwheel A for safe pressure in her. Let's see. Super should no longer set off on pets and projectiles. So let's see here. Great. So now that Super is actually a little bit better, we get 1 meter. It does not set off of pets and projectiles, so she can truck through pets, and she should be able to truck through pets as far as I'm aware. And she's no longer setting off her super teleporting during hitting projectiles. One more great thing for Pap is that her command grab has been pretty much overhauled. It is now fantastic. It refunds a flat 250 Juggler K. So Juggler K is now maxed out at 380. Look at that Juggler K bar. Look how much it refunded. That is insane. She now has a very strong command grab. We're going to see a lot of Pat players go for command grab more now. It just destroys that Juggler K bar. That is fantastic. Pap players must be excited now. Super excited for Pap. Let's see. 5B is now -3. It's a fantastic poke. It's 8 frames of startup. 2B is 8 frames of startup as well and -4. Command grab got buffed. Let's see. What else is there for Pap? Oh yeah, of course she has her new amazing taunt. Honestly, this is probably the best taunt in the game right now. Look at that. One more thing. There is now an indicator right there for fruit and broccoli, so that you can tell when you're above it. So now you can tell when you're above the fruit and vegetables, so that you're not wondering and guessing when you can eat it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Palm, and let's check out the Palm changes. First big change for Palm is that this super, now all the puppies have hitboxes. Every single one of them has hitbox. So now things like Oleander Super, Pap Super, I believe, Arizona Super already went through all the puppies, but it now completely goes through puppies even at full screen. All of that trucks through puppies. So this is no longer a full screen. It is now my turn move. Level 2, you can no longer do Papa Dog command on level 2 on block. So let's get 2 meter super. Oh, never mind. It's still there. I think it's only training mode though. So currently you're not supposed to be able to do Papa Dog on block or on hit during the last hit. So it should be only during the startup of it. So if you use Papa Dog and the last hit comes out, wow, there's no last hit for that. So Papa Dog completely is not available once you've used the last hit of Palm Super. All right, 2C, the pre-block distance is now a lot farther. So there it is right there. See how far away that is? All right, let's see. Throw some pets no longer connect with opponents who are in pre-block. So things like, let's get 3 magic here. Where's the magic? 3. And Mama Dog. Things like the unblockable 2C into Mama Dog Azuna no longer affects opponents in block stun. and who are in pre-block, so you can't do like the 2C into Mama Dog is gonna drop anymore. Let's see, the hit stop for JB has been increased, so it's a lot easier to do things off of JB. How much hit stop that is? It's way easier to do things with JB now. And like before, the Bork Stagger is now no longer a valid combo tool at high juggle decay. Let's see. Can't use puppies during teching, so if you get knocked down with S-Palm, you can no longer use puppies after a tech. Let's see. And Papa Dog uses the same rules as all the other puppies now as well, and she can no longer use Papa Dog while she's in block stun. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go to Tina. All right, my favorite change for Tina is the change of a very obnoxious button, in my opinion. Her jumping light attack is now a completely new move. It is no longer that ground reaching little kicky she used to do before. It is now just a very small overhead here. Just a little kicky. Still an overhead. So you can still do things off of it, like cross up air dash with it. Let's see, Volcanic Bash now is on the ground as well, so she has the grounded ground bash. It actually pops up characters on the first hit and second hit, and it also does the same in level 2. All air specials have increased landing recovery, so now this is no longer a air block string. Let's see. On level 2, all right, on level 2, she has her old JA and is actually a overhead. So this button right here is an overhead. That right there. That button's an overhead. Only in level 2 though. Let's see. Flight has some changes as well. The upward momentum, her upward flight speed has been lowered, so she can't like completely fly above everything anymore. The downward flight acceleration has increased, so things like that is extremely fast now. Zoom. Let's see. Super time startup has been decreased. It's a little bit faster now, and these startup height for it has been lowered. Not really sure why people would use this as on wake up, but it's actually better for on wake up now. Let's see. All of her medium attacks have been normalized, so things like JB and 5B have been normalized. 5B actually got nerfed because of that. Before the patch drop, this used to be +1 on block. Now it's -4. Used to be +1 on blocking characters. Now it's -4 all the way through. This is still -5. Flip. The 4D flip. Let's keep her blocking. The 4D flip now should no longer cross up, I believe. Yeah, no, should no longer cross up. Yeah, it should no longer cross up. So that is no longer an extremely strong mix-up tool. It no longer crosses up if you use JB. JA either. Or JC.
Is this the warm-up?
Besides the taunt, that should be about it for all the characters. There's been some changes to the lobby functions, these pixel lobby, like having voice channels and such. You'll see that once we get into the match commentaries section. There's been some bug fixes and things like that, and some back-end changes. But otherwise, that's most of the changes for all the characters.